Hello, children. I hope you all are safe and fine at home. Today, we are going to see chapter number 1 from Science 1, that is gravitation. In this chapter, we have to study following points. First point, gravitation. Second point, circular motion and centripetal force. Third point, Kepler's laws. Fourth point, Newton's universal law of gravitation. Fifth point, acceleration due to the gravitational force of the earth. Sixth point, free fall. And seventh, that is last point, is escape velocity. So all these topics we have to study in this chapter. Now, before going to start with the chapter, let us see first of all which we have learned in the previous standard based on the chapter gravitation. So, let us recall all those things. First question, what are the effects of a force acting on an object? So, there are many effects of force acting on an object. First effect is a force can set an object in motion. For example, suppose a ball is at rest on the floor, and if we are pushing the ball, it rolls on the floor. This is due to effect of force. Now, second effect of force, a force can stop a moving object. For example, if a ball is moving towards us, then we can stop a moving ball with the help of force, which can be applied by our hand. Means we are applying a force with the help of our hand, and due to that we can stop that moving ball. Third effect of force, a force acting on an object can change the speed of a moving object. For example, when brakes are applied to a moving bicycle, its speed decreases due to the friction between the brake shoes and the rim of the tire. Means when we are decreasing the speed of bicycle with the help of brake, when we are applying brake, then obviously the speed of the bicycle decreases, and there is a friction between that brake of the shoes and the rim of the tire, means that is the base of the tire, and due to that there is a decrease in the speed of the bicycle. Now, next effect due to force, a force can change the direction of motion of an object. For example, when a ball hits by a batsman, ball changes direction and moves away from the batsman, and this is due to effect of force. Next effect of force, a force can change the speed as well as the direction of motion of an object. For example, when a ball bowled by a bowler is hit by a batsman, there occurs a change in the speed as well as the direction of the motion of the ball. So, when bowler is putting ball, then what happens? That batsman hits that ball, and due to that there is a change in the speed as well as change in the direction of the ball, and this is also due to effect of force only. Now, next effect of force, a force can change the shape and size of the object on which it acts. For example, when a rubber ball is pressed, it changes its shape and size of the ball. This is due to effect of force. Now, second question, children. What types of forces are you familiar with? So, children, in the previous standard, we have studied many types of forces. For example, the gravitational force between the earth and the moon. Then electromagnetic force between two charged particles. Then nuclear force between proton and neutron. So all these types of force we studied. Now, out of these types of forces, we know very well electrostatic force, magnetic force, muscular force, mechanical force and frictional force. These all types also we studied in the previous standard. Now, next question. What do you know about the gravitational force? Children, we have seen in the previous standard that the gravitational force is a universal force and it acts not only between two objects on the earth but also between any two objects in the universe. Means the gravitational force is applicable between any two objects in the universe. If any two objects are present in the universe, so in between these two objects, there is a presence of gravitational force. I hope children, you have must recall all the points what we studied in the last year. Now, let us take more information about gravitation. The phenomena of gravitation was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. He discovered the gravitational force by seeing an apple fall from a tree on the ground. Means he was seated under the apple tree and he saw apple is coming from the tree and it is falling on the ground. So he wondered why all apples fall vertically downward and not at an angle to the vertical. Means why an apple coming from the tree falls on the ground in the downward direction towards the earth and not in the horizontal direction, that is parallel to the plane of horizon. Means that apple coming from the tree that is falling towards the earth only. Why that apple is not falling in the horizontal direction? Means that is parallel to the plane of horizon. After much thought, he understood that the earth must be attracting the apple towards itself and this attractive force must be directed towards the center of the earth. So the direction from the apple on the tree to the center of the earth is vertical direction from the position of the apple and thus the apple falls vertically downwards. Means after discovery he understood that there is some attractive force towards the earth. Means that attractive force is attracting the apple towards itself and this attractive force must be coming from the earth only and the apple to the attractive force means that apple and the earth surface, that force in between that there is a vertical direction is there and due to that apple falls vertically downward towards the earth. Look at the diagram carefully children. On the left of the given diagram, there is apple on the tree is towards the center of the earth. That is along the perpendicular from the position of the apple to the surface of the earth. This diagram also shows gravitational force between the earth and the moon. Newton thought that if the force of gravitation acts on apples on the tree at different heights from the surface of the earth, can it also act on objects at even greater height much far away from the earth just like moon? Yes, because gravitational force acts not only between two objects on the earth but also between any two objects in the universe. So, there is a gravitational force between earth and moon also, and there is a gravitational force between apple and the earth also, because this gravitational force acts not only between two objects on the earth but also between any two objects in the universe. Now, can this gravitational force act on further objects like the other planets and the sun? Yes, this gravitational force acts in between other objects also and planets and sun also, because planets are revolving around the sun in fixed orbits due to gravitational force. I hope children you all understood how there is a gravitational force between moon and earth and how there is a gravitational force between any two objects in the universe. Now let us see children difference between gravitation and gravity. Gravitation is the force of attraction acting between any two bodies of the universe. Means if any two objects present in the universe, then obviously there is a presence of gravitational force in between these two objects or two bodies. That is called as gravitation. Now what is meant by gravity? Gravity is the Earth's gravitational pull on a body lying on near the surface of the Earth. Means if there is an attraction between you and Earth and it is directed towards the center of the Earth, this attractive force is called as gravity. Means the force of attraction between Earth and the object is called as gravity. Now let us see with the help of diagram. Suppose a ball is thrown vertically upward, but after some time the ball will fall downward, that is towards the earth. Why this is like this? If we are throwing the ball upward direction, then it should have to go in upward direction, but after some time it is falling on the earth, because we have thrown the ball with certain velocity, but earth is pulling the ball towards the center, and as a result its velocity goes on decreases and earth pulls the object, that is the velocity becomes 0. The earth is pulling the object and after that the velocity becomes 0. So the object start falling towards the earth due to gravity. So I hope children you all have cleared the concept what is the difference between gravitational force and gravity. Gravitational force is present in between any two objects in the universe, and gravity is the force that is in between earth and any object present on the earth, that is called as gravity. Now next concept is force and motion. We have seen with the help of examples, that is which are the effects of force. So force is necessary to set stationary object in motion. For changing the speed and direction of a moving object or for changing the shape of an object, we require force. Now let us see some few questions based on previous standard. Let's recall it. What are Newton's laws of motion? So there are 3 laws based on the laws of motion and that discovered by Newton. So Newton's first law of motion: an object continues to remain at rest in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced force acts on it. Second law, that is Newton's second law of motion. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the applied force, and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. Now, third law of Newton. Every action force has an equal and opposite reaction force which acts simultaneously. Now children, I took here only 3 statements of these laws because already we studied these laws last year, okay, with the help of examples. If you have any doubt, you can see the standard 9 textbooks also. Now next concept, that is introduction to scientist. Sir Isaac Newton was one of the greatest scientists of recent times. He was born in England. So Newton scientist, he born in England. He gave his laws of motion, equations of motion and theory of gravity in his book Principia. So Newton wrote book, that is Principia. In that notebook we can see laws of motions, equations of motion and theory of gravity. He described the reason why planet shows planetary motion. Newton did work in light, heat, sound and mathematics. He invented a new branch of mathematics that is called as calculus, and which is very useful in physics and mathematics. He was the first scientist to construct a reflecting telescope. So Newton was the first scientist who discovered a reflecting telescope. New concept, that is circular motion and centripetal force. Let us see one activity for this. Tie a stone to one end of a string. Take the other end in your hand and rotate the string so that the stone moves along the circle. So you have to take one stone and that stone you have to tie with the help of string, and that one end of a string you have to take in your hand and you have to rotate the string so that it will show a circle. As long as we are holding the string, we are pulling the stone towards us, that is towards the center of the circle. So as we are applying a force towards it, so the force stops acting if we release the string. So if we are releasing the string from us, then the force stops acting, and in this case the stone will fly off along a straight line which is tangent to the circle at the position of the stone when the string is released, because that is the direction of its velocity at that instant of time. So when we are releasing the string, then what happens children? The stone will fly off, and that is along a straight line, and that is tangent to the circle. So because there is a direction of its velocity at that instant of time. So there is a formation of circular motion. Now let us see another activity for centripetal force. You may recall that we have performed a similar activity in previous standard, in which a 5 rupee coin kept on a rotating circular disc flies off the disc along the tangent to the disc. Means when we are taking rotating disc and when we are keeping 5 rupee coin on it, then what happens? When this disc is rotating, then after some time this coin falls off from the disc, and that coin is tangent to the disc. So this is due to the centripetal force. I hope children you all understood the concept of centripetal force. Let us see Definition of centripetal force. A force acts on any object moving along a circle and it is directed towards the center of the circle. That is called as centripetal force. Means a force is acting on any object and that object is moving along a circle. So that force is directed towards the center of the circle and that is called as a centripetal force. Means centripetal means what? Center seeking. Those who are seeking the center, that is called as centripetal force. Now this centripetal force is given by the formula, that is capital F is equal to mv square upon r. That is called as centripetal force. That is capital F is centripetal force, m is mass of the object, v is the, that is speed or velocity of the object, and r is the distance between the object and the center. That is called as a centripetal force formula. You know that children, moon, which is a natural satellite of the earth, goes round it in a definite orbit. The direction of motion of the moon as well as its speed constantly changes during this motion. Do you think some force is constantly acting on the moon? Yes. It is clear that for the moon to go around the earth, there must be a force which is exerted on the moon, and this force must be exerted by the earth which attracts the moon towards itself, and that force is also called as centripetal force. Similarly, children, the sun must be attracting the planets, including the earth, towards itself. And due to that, sun and other planets are also showing the centripetal force. I hope, children, you all have understood the concept of centripetal force with the help of all these examples. Now, today's homework questions. First question, explain gravitational force with examples. Second question, differentiate between gravitation and gravity. And third question, explain the concept of centripetal force with examples. These all question answers you have to write in the classwork, children. And children, if you have any doubt regarding these question answers, you can watch the video again. Thank you children for watching the video and for your attention.